Hey guys, hope you're having a good day so far. I'm not in class today. I'm at home with a sick one. He got sent home early yesterday throwing up, and it's my turn to stay home. So you guys get to play around on the Chromebooks, but there's an objective to it. When you get to my website, which I'm assuming you're there if you're watching me now, you need to click on this link right here. It says Ecology and Environmental Biology. I even put a little note there that says use this link for those of you who will forget what I told you as soon as you close this video out. But click on this link here. It'll take you to these resources. Uh, Again, here's our specific learning target, our proficiency standard, I guess, if you will. Again, this is what I gave you guys in class. I handed out to you last time. Or if you haven't got one, you want one, you can always print this off sometime. But here's the essential question we started out with: what impact does human activity have on the biodiversity and the interactions within an ecosystem? Last time in class, we started some inquiry, and here I compiled. Basically, I came up with 4 questions after doing both sections of my class and using the same strategy. These are 4 common questions that both classes came up with. You guys both asked, what is biodiversity? We define that as being the different kinds of life in an area. But we also figured out that, hey, we need to understand, why is biodiversity important? Why should we be concerned with protecting it or preventing it from, or to stop from losing it? So again, that's something that was common in both classes. What human activities are impacting biodiversity and ecosystems? Again, that was another question. Both classes came up with several different examples, good examples of some of the things we're doing as a human race that could be impacting biodiversity and the interactions that are going on inside those ecosystems and ecosystems themselves. But we all agree that we needed to know a little bit more about it. Maybe there's some other things that are going on that we're not sure of, or maybe experts say, hey, these are the activities that are the worst. If we stop doing these, maybe we'll have the most benefit. Whatever. But between the two classes, we both had that thing in common. Both classes agree we need to be able to define what an ecosystem is. It's one of those things we kind of have an idea, we think we understand it, we hear about it a lot, but we don't necessarily have a good concrete definition of what an ecosystem is, so we definitely need to have that nailed down. And then also, what interactions are occurring within these ecosystems? That question up here alludes to interactions more than once, plural. So what are they? How do they work? What's going on? So those are the concepts or questions that both classes came up with. So I put those there on the page here so you can see that. We started this documentary here and finished it last time. You guys have these 5 viewing objectives, I guess, for lack of a better description of what they're called, or what they should be called. I want you guys to hand those into the sub. Give those. Make sure your name, date, and blocks on that. Have those handed in, and we're going to discuss those whenever I get back in class on. I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. But today, like I said, last time you finished watching this, today here's what you guys are going to be doing. We need to start looking at what factors determine the types of organisms that live in an area and the interactions that exist between them. So we're going to focus on that question about first of all, what is an ecosystem and what interactions occur within the ecosystem is what's going to be the topic of the day. So I found a couple of videos by this guy named Hank. It's Crash Course in Biology, or the Science Network, or wherever you want. He's been on a couple different things. He's kind of quirky and goofy, and but he's pretty funny. He does a pretty good job of introducing what ecology is, and then what an ecosystem is. And the nice thing about these videos, at the end of each video, there's a table of contents. You can always click on them, and it'll take you back to certain points in the video where he talked about those subjects. And that's where I got a lot of these questions here that I expect you guys to be able to answer, or prompts here. So again, get out your notebooks. I want you guys to watch these videos. If you have earbuds, plug them in, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of sound going on from several different Chromebooks at the same time. So if you have earbuds, get them out, plug them in, listen to the video. You can share earbuds if you want to work with someone and pull out these things, because again, when conversations are occurring centered around learning opportunities, learning tends to happen. So again, that's the goal, is to learn this stuff. So I got some objectives here. Make sure you guys can answer these questions. Explain the differences between a population, community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. identify some of these key factors to determine the type of organisms living in the ecosystem or a biome, and identify some of the different biomes and the types of plants and animal life that live there, considering these factors that you identified above. The second video is another video by the same guy, Hank. He does a pretty good job of talking about what an ecosystem is and how a lot of times culturally we think we know what it is. It's just hard to really pin it down. So he does a pretty good job of explaining what an ecosystem is. Got a couple videos here about the energy flow and other factors that influence what kind of organisms live in there, because depending on the organisms, that's definitely going to have an impact on what types of interactions occur. So it all kind of goes together to help us meet and answer these questions you guys came up with up here. So again, that's the objective today. Watch these videos. Make sure you can answer these questions, and again, I want you to explain the difference between them. You might define them. Listen for them in the video. Make sure you can answer all these questions. Again, if you need to, stop, rewind, replay the video, find those things, and get those things down. Have this knowledge in place so the next time we can move into some of the stuff down here with the interactions between the organisms. And I've got some activities we're going to do later on that we need to make sure we have this foundational knowledge in place so we can start using it later on and start figuring out what kind of an impact we are having on biodiversity, and then maybe from that even figure out what are some things we could do to change it to make things better. Guys, I hope you have a great day, and don't be kind to my sub. Do me a favor, treat them with respect, and make sure you plug those Chromebooks back up when you're done with them, please. Thank you. Have a great day.